Are you looking to celebrate Black History Month? This week, we will be doing a sew along and we will be sewing the African choker necklace. So stay with me as we go through this project. Are you looking for the best DIY and fashion content? Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a video every Tuesday. I have a Facebook page that is dedicated to DIY crafts and fashion that it's easy for you to join. Now it's your turn. I have created this pattern for the African choker necklace. You can follow along, that would be great during the process. So here are the list of materials that you're going to need. Some of them are optional, and the list of material measurements if you want to just double check the measurements that I gave. Here is the pictures of what we're going to be doing. If you're looking for something to complement your African style clothing while learning how to make an Ankara necklace piece, this DIY fabric necklace tutorial will help you. Making a ropey Ankara necklace piece is the same as a DIY African print necklace. This African fashion style fabric necklace do-it-yourself is a great project to celebrate Black History Month. The DIY fabric necklace tutorial is a beautiful ropey necklace piece that can be mixed with any African dress tutorial. African print chokers can be tightly fitted or loosely. So I'm going to use this fabric, and the reason why I'm going to use it is because you have a variation of patterns that actually will match. I cut it per line so that I would have things that mix. So then you'll have one like that, or two depending on the length. One with this piece here, so it's going to be this color, yellow, and then one with this, and then one on the opposite side. For my cord, I used a 1/2 inch, a little bit less than a 1/2 inch. I think that's what they would call a 1/2 inch. For my cuts, and made my cuts to almost 2 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do about 1/4 inch, a little bit more than 1/4 inch, because I don't want my cord to be too tight. So put your cord, whatever size you cut it, put it on your fabric like that. Leave the exact same amount of space. You see the way that naturally goes like that? Do the exact same on this side, and that will give you enough. And when you turn it in, we're going to grade it down. So remember, you take your fabric, turn it over. You're not sewing this part closed. You're just going to sew from the end all the way down to the end on all your pieces. You sew your strip, and now you're going to turn over your rope. Okay, so this has a hook at the end, and you're going to take it, you're going to push it through, you're going to hook it over the end, and you're going to pull. If you made your stitch a little bit too wide, then don't grade the fabric. So now you're going to pull here, and then you should just be able to just pull it down. And then once you get it part way, then just pull it. When you're putting your tape around that end part so it doesn't fray of your rope, do it really tight, because then that makes the rope part just a little bit smaller. But what that does, it helps when you go to put your rope inside your casing. So this is the way I do it. I add the tape and I put that through. You're going to put your pin through your rope, then you feed your casing through the wire, and you're just going to feed everything through. Now once you finish putting together your ropes with the fabric, figure out what design pattern you want. One thing too is make sure you turn the stitching around. If you've turned my stitching around, I don't want it to show, because you want to have everything line up here. And then after that, put it straight, confirm the length of your pieces that they're all in the right. You don't want like this one here. Here. So let's just switch that. Switch it. Once you're done, measure it out again. Make sure all your pieces are right. Excellent, excellent. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna curve it, because now we need the pieces that are going to go here, okay? And we have to figure out how high up the neck we want to do it. And the way I hold mine together is I do use a pin. So, and I put my pin through like that, if you can see. And then I measure this portion too, and I put my pin through. Take the next one, measure. So for this one, we're gonna stack it on top. You're gonna hand stitch it. You're gonna take your thread. You're just gonna stitch through. You can use invisible thread if you want and just keep stitching, 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 and go through each of them. Or you can glue it if you have fabric glue. Comment down below if you're interested in sewing the African choker necklace. Also, are you looking for this pattern? If you're interested in sewing the African choker necklace pattern, download the pattern at the link in the description box. Get a piece of leather or the piping, whichever one, and you're going to make 1-inch strip pieces, 1 inch long, so a square. What I did with one of my sides was I did like a collar. I made one side long and then I made the other side short. Here's your back collar portion and you're going to fold it in half with the interfacing. Remember, interfacing always goes to the outside. This part that has no interfacing is the part that touches your skin, and that's because you want the stiffness on the outside and then the softness on the inside so you can fold it. Okay, so what we're going to do with this back part, we're going to fold it down. You're going to sew with your hem already turned, so it's like that. Once you're done, remember you're going to fold up one part behind, that's your hem, and you're going to stitch the corners to reduce bulk. But then also to reduce bulk, you're going to grade your fabric. And then you're also going to grade this portion too, just a little bit, and that's just to prevent all the bulk. When you turn, this is the way I do it. I always slide my finger in between that seam, push that corner in, and there you go. And you're going to line it up with this, and you're going to stitch. Then you're going to flip it open, and you're going to go like that. And then once you do that, you hand stitch this portion here. Now that you know how to make the African choker necklace celebrating Black History Month, I have written a guide on the different designing platforms to help you get your creative juices out of your head and onto a digital platform. You can download the guide at the link in the description box. Are you looking to join a community of creative minds like yourself? I do have my Facebook page where we're going to be sharing ideas and projects. The link is in the description box. Check out these videos next. Hand-painted mug DIY, glass mugs celebrating Black History Month. My upcoming video, hand-painted mug DIY, wine glass, also celebrating Black History Month. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to share it with your family and friends.